Please welcome Roblox Vice President of Engineering, Nick Torno, and Vice President of Product, Tian Lim.
Hello, RDC. I'm Nick, and I lead engineering for the Creator and Engine groups at Roblox.
And I'm Tian. I lead product for the Creator and Engine groups at Roblox. And we are super stoked to be here at RDC 24 in sunny San Jose.
Same Roblox, new row location. Get hyped. How's everyone loving San Jose?
I appreciate that it's flatter and warmer.
And there's more space for booths and networking, so hopefully you get to meet some new people and get to ask and get answers to more of your questions. Since last RDC, we've also both taken on the Engine group, and we're still ramping up.
It's been a lot of fun, I gotta tell you, learning about the deep, dark inner workings of Roblox. But it's also been super inspiring to think about the sheer amount of innovation and deep architectural thinking that had to go into building an engine that works so well across so many platforms and provides so many core primitives for this amazing ecosystem.
That's right. Making a platform that scales all the way from low-end Android to high-end PC, that's social co-experience out of the box, instant deploy, practically infinite server scaling, that's still easy and fun to build on, well, it's harder than it looks.
That's exactly why things like occlusion culling that Josh talked about earlier took us a while. We did not take the easy way out, because if we did, that would have been more work on you. Now, last year, we introduced the concept of the creator hierarchy of needs. It starts with a rock-solid platform with stability, performance, and quality at the base. Then we need to fit your workflows and ensure that we're building in a way that scales with your team size, complexity, and external tools.
And all of that's sort of table stakes. On top of this, we focus on accelerating creation, removing friction at every step of the process so you can focus on what only you can do, which is creating fun and inspiring experiences for our users all over the world.
And throughout this process, we want to make sure that we're all working together, communicating with mutual empathy, transparency, and accountability, so that we can be good stewards of the platform together.
This framework continues to map to our areas of focus where we're spending most of our energy hardening and solidifying the platform. And we hope you're seeing that in the product. We're going to go through each part of the pyramid step by step, progress to date, and what you can expect. But we're going to start with the how. Let's start with transparency and accountability.
That's on the left side of the pyramid, not the bottom. So earlier in the day, you heard about our focus on performance and quality, like improving memory management with Harmony to reduce crashes and improve low-end Android performance.
This reprioritization has meant we've had to delay some of the features we announced via the Creator Roadmap or at last year's RDC. So features like new voxel lighting, accessory adjustments, R6 to R15 conversion tools, terrain improvements, and avatar movement improvements all had to be delayed so that we could put performance and quality front and center.
It's so important. We're going to keep reiterating it. We saw how engagement and monetization were negatively affected by crashes. As David said earlier, our fixes this year have added 300 million hours of playtime per user to your experiences. So moving forward, perf and stability are guardrail metrics for us. We want to launch features only if they don't cause regressions.
And as we've adapted, we've tried to stay really transparent with you all with our quarterly Creator Roadmap updates, especially when things get delayed. We also held 3 Creator AMAs focusing on areas that we know are of great importance to you, like discovery and our economy. And we have one more planned in a couple of weeks. Thank you all for your participation in these AMAs and the hard-hitting questions. Please keep them coming.
That's right. Keep it spicy, please. So with all... So with all these changes, accountability time, let's review what we added to the roadmap last RDC versus what we did. You sure you're ready for this, man?
Well, we just talked about accountability, so yeah, I think I'm ready. Hit me.
Okay. So we delivered 59% of what we said on time. Another 11% delayed slightly. About a quarter are still delayed, but the remaining 5% are still on track to be delivered on time.
It just shows how hard it is to predict the work of more than 2,000 people precisely. We won't always get everything right, But we promise to keep you in the loop when things get delayed, and sometimes we might have to pivot, especially when we learn something from working with you all.
Speaking of which, I think last year we announced Luau file syncing on stage, and I recall shining a bright light on you, playing angelic, heavenly music for the moment. I have photographic proof of it right here.
I don't know. I don't remember that. I think I was going like this because I wasn't really sure.
Uh-huh.
Okay, it's time for a mea culpa. We haven't yet shipped files.
Wait. I've got a new sound effect for the moment.
Oh, God. As we were building it, the feedback we were getting from the community was that we hadn't gotten it quite right. So we've returned to the drawing board, and we're focused on making it feel really great. We plan to release a prototype to get your feedback very soon.
Now, let's take a moment to talk about stewardship. I mentioned that we are all stewards of this platform together. And in the spirit of transparency, I want to address an unspoken elephant in the room. We all see that we're an evolving platform. And we recognize that sometimes it feels like there's a tension between the rich past and traditions of Roblox and its future.
The reality is we all want something slightly different from Roblox, but we think that's great. We want to build a more diverse and broader ecosystem that appeals to more users and has more experiences and avatar styles.
And so you'll notice that many of our announcements this morning are geared towards enabling and rewarding this increased diversity. We hope that talking about genre evolution, unmet demands, new music, launching more ways to earn through the affiliate program, more rev share from paid access, we hope these things inspire you to try out some new things and maybe bring in some new users to the platform.
After all, the more we can grow our user base through more diversity, the more success we can bring to more creators.
So you've all seen how Roblox is growing. Last quarter, daily actives up 21% year on year. Experiences with more than 1 million daily actives up 25% year on year. You're all doing incredible work and reaping amazing success, and we're so proud of all of you and of the small part that we play in it.
With that success comes increased responsibility and scrutiny. Remember, we're building this platform together, so we should all be aware of how our actions represent the community and Roblox as a whole. We have to be stewards together.
Right, we're becoming a more global platform, with more experiences becoming hits in more countries. We have users from over 190 countries and regions visit us every single day, 61 countries represented right here in this room, with more joining virtually. Now, this is just an amazing opportunity, but it can bring additional complexities, which I'm sure many of you have seen the headlines about.
To help, we're committing to improve our communication around global developments affecting the platform. And we're going to build tools to help you navigate an increasingly complex geopolitical landscape.
So, for example, some countries have different standards for depictions of violence and crime. And so one path we might take would be to create dynamic content ratings. So in the future, an experience may have different ratings in one country versus another. So this can help maintain your ability to reach a global audience with the least amount of effort while still respecting local laws and regulations.
Stewardship is about working together to foster a safe and civil environment for everyone. You all have amazing communities around your creations, and having healthy communities requires rules and active management.
And historically, we haven't really given you much help to manage your communities, but that's changing. We're building tools you can use to control unwanted behaviors in your experiences. So a few months ago, we launched the Ban API to let you remove users from your experience with real-time alt detection, so we could identify and prevent alts from rejoining your experience.
Any guesses to how many people you've all banned since we launched at the end of June?
Anything?
10.
Very close. We've seen you ban over 2 million accounts in your experiences, including alts, since this rolled out.
So clearly you have the power to enforce your rules. I hope you use that power well. But we also hope that your users become more civil in your experiences as a result of it. Now, last month, we also launched a ban management dashboard in Creator Hub so that you would have a UI to manage your bans.
And we're continuing to work on eliminating bad actors across the platform, with efforts underway to prevent review bombing and extensive ongoing work around anti-cheat.
OK, I want to take a beat to remind everyone. If you're using content in your experience that you did not create, please make sure you have permission to use it before publishing. Now, to help you with this, we're actually working on a program to help you connect with rights holders more easily, as well as brand partners. In the meantime, there are a growing number of companies out there that can help. One example of those is Geek Out, who are here today. For those of you who don't know, wow, you guys have some fans. Geek Out helps facilitate Roblox development projects with top Japanese intellectual property, like one of my favorite anime of all time, Attack on Titan. So Geek Out were the ones that helped facilitate this contest, but they've also helped bring other IP to Roblox.
And if you want great music, you can try out any of the thousands of new tracks we got as part of our DistroKid integration, which Greg walked us through earlier today. And if you have a branded experience, you can work with a company like Stinger to help you get top artists onto your experience.
Now, if you've been dealing with IP issues, you've probably been having a rough time. Staying on top of all those legal notices or DMCA claims, we've heard your concerns, and we're working on making things better.
Our work here is centered on the rights manager, and soon you'll be able to see all the claims you filed and all the claims filed against you, and work through them before they become legal issues and before there's any strikes on your account.
We also know there's a lot of marketplace content out there, some of which you probably wish you could take down or maybe didn't know you should take down. So we recently announced, just this past week, a proactive archival process that will archive some of these avatar items for you without any consequences.
Now, we know there's a lot more work we can do here, and we're working super hard on it, so please stay tuned. All right. All right, let's get to the actual pyramid. The base is the foundation we all need to succeed. The foundation needs to be rock solid. If you're creating on a shaky foundation, you're probably tearing your hair out or using language only appropriate for 17+ experiences. And there's nothing that erodes a foundation more than bugs.
I don't know, have you ever forgotten to anchor all your parts in the model?
Me? That seems very unlikely.
I don't know, I think I have a clip of your cabin here. I'm sure this has never happened to anyone here before, right?
Okay, maybe that one time. We're improving our testing procedures so bugs don't get out. But when they do, we want to work quickly to triage, prioritize, and resolve anything that does.
In the past year, we've closed more than 3,300 creator-submitted bugs. This includes closing 4 times the number of studio bugs versus the same period a year ago.
Get the bugs. We're not done by any stretch, but we hope you feel like we're being more responsive and doing a better job of resolving the bugs that you care about. Please keep the reports coming. We're on an extermination mission.
Shoot. I think the slide's hung.
Damn.
Don't you just hate it when you try to do something and studio or your machine just hang? We do too. So I'm pleased to say that we've reduced studio hangs since the beginning of the year by 60%. This effectively doubles the amount of time you can use Studio before encountering a hang.
Another type of interruption we've addressed is when the script auto-completion tool times out while type checking. We've implemented a fix that has reduced these timeouts by more than 90%.
We've also improved the P99 speed of creator store and inventory search by over 50%. So that should speed up everyone's workflows.
And as we improve performance, you all can build bigger and richer worlds supporting more and more players. And this brings new problems, but these are the types of problems that we really like. You've shown us how slow Studio can be when you try to open large place files. And since last RDC, we're excited to share that we've made place open times 33% faster at the P90.
If you can't tell, we're trying to make every touch point in Studio more responsive so you can iterate faster. Because we know that iteration is the amazing superpower of Studio. You can play test your experiences so quickly, no compilation or deployments necessary. And we're excited to say that we've made the P50, or median play test time, 62% faster, and the P90, 48% faster since the beginning of the year. If we keep this pace up, we'll save you all over 1 million hours of time per year on just waiting for playtest.
1 million hours. That's what, like 100 years?
That's 100 years. I think that's barely enough person hours for someone here to go build a better Elden Ring on Roblox.
Hint, hint. So we're investing a lot to harden the platform. We hope you'll see and feel that. Things are getting more solid. But when we say rock solid, we're talking about hard rocks, like granite. So there's still many, many places that need work. And we want to hear from you about what's most important. In order to help with that, we're opening up bug reporting on the dev forum to hundreds of additional people every month.
Now, everything we've talked about thus far has actually been the result of an internal company-wide program to address your top pain points, which we literally and unimaginatively call the Creator Top Pain Points program. It's led to some of your favorite improvements, though, things like group revenue sharing, the ban API, or the improved transparency on discovery.
And we hope you feel the difference. We'll continue to push on every top pain point we can.
So moving up the pyramid, we want to build tools that solve your use cases and scale with you as you grow in ambition, vision, team size. These tools need to integrate with your third-party tools as well. Now, part of that was the Luau file sync, which we've already harassed Nick about. But we're also thinking about how we can help you manage, collaborate, and iterate even faster on your experiences.
So let's start with assets. You all create a ton of assets. If we look at the top 2,000 creators by time spent, the top 50% of those have more than 1,600 assets. And the top 5% have more than 14,000 assets each. That's a lot to manage.
What do you do with it all?
Show of hands. Who thinks the current asset manager is amazing?
You can tell us how you feel, like, really. Okay.
They just did. They just.
Who thinks it could be a whole lot better? Sure, okay. Look, you need to be able to organize your assets, to find them easily, filter and search. So we're working on a completely redesigned asset manager, built to handle your scale. It's slated for beta later this year with full release in 2025.
You'll be able to easily organize your assets into folders and with labels, and we're going to even layer in semantic search. So instead of having to search for assets based upon their exact file names, you can search for something like chess pieces to find all the chess pieces in a list and drag them in. Or say you want to add some plants to your experience, you could search for shrubbery, see a bunch of different plants, drag in a shrubbery, drag in another shrubbery. As part of this, we'll be deprecating the existing asset manager and migrating user inventory out of Toolbox and into the asset manager.
You have a lot of shrubberies in your assets.
Fan of the shrubbery. Yeah.
Now, as you expand to more collaborators, having a clear line of sight about who did what becomes a lot more important. Who moved my cheese? Who unanchored all my cabin parts? Last week, we started rolling out the ability to see a history of your collaborators' activities and configuration changes in your experiences. And judging by your reaction on the dev forum, this was something that you've all been really looking forward to, especially those working on bigger teams. Now, we're just getting started here. This capability will become a lot more powerful as we add more activities to it.
Activity history is great, but soon you'll also be able to leave notes, annotations, and comments in Studio for your collaborators, so they can better understand your work or what they need to pick up next.
Or you can apologize about that egregious hack you just dropped into the experience.
Yeah.
And if you forget to comment, or are just plain lazy like me, we've got you covered. This past summer, we launched the ability to generate an AI-powered summary of package changes right there in the package diff window. And we're also working on adding AI-powered change summaries for scripts as well, so Nick doesn't have to read my code anymore.
Now, shifting gears from Studio to OpenCloud. Last year, we showcased a new OpenCloud API that let you change scripts, and we showed it where you could update a Google Sheet, and it would update your store and your experience. Today, we're really excited to share what we think is an even much more powerful new OpenCloud Engine API, which will let you run arbitrary luau script in the cloud on a running server. Among other things, we think this will allow you to run automated tests headlessly as part of a CI/CD process. And we're really excited to see what you do with this capability.
Now, another power tool for great experiences is Creator Analytics. Who here likes the Creator Analytics stuff going on? Yeah, let's hear it for the analytics team. We continue to push super hard here. We want to give you more and more insights into how your creations are doing and what you can do to iterate to success. Let's talk about some of the updates. So, as you probably all noticed, we've upgraded the Experience Overview page to give you a bird's eye view of all your KPIs so you can quickly identify which KPIs you need to focus on. We've also rolled out new economy and funnel analytics to help you optimize the inputs to your KPIs. So you can see sources and sinks for different currencies or where people are falling off in onboarding or becoming a buyer.
Now, since we've rolled this out, we've seen over 700 creators take advantage of these new APIs. Experiences like Adopt Me, Bladeball, and Jailbreak use these analytics to optimize everything from their onboarding funnels to their in-game economies. For example, the team behind Fabled Legacy, a popular dungeon crawler, improved their onboarding funnel by 50%, improving their retention and revenue.
And today, we're excited to announce that we plan to ship the ability to track custom events. So you can track things like UI interactions or quest progression in just a few weeks. To learn more about our new analytics features and to hear some real-world tactics from top creators like Voldex, Twin Atlas, or Sawhorse, come to the analytics session tomorrow.
Go analytics. And it's not just experience analytics that are getting better. We're also expanding our analytics for avatar items to include item-level insights such as buyer demographics, how much of the publishing advance you've recouped on those items, item sales locations, and more.
Now, we also want your experiences to perform better as well. So we've been improving the microprofiler. So to help you better identify performance bottlenecks, we've added memory X-ray mode and summary flame graphs. So X-ray mode highlights memory allocation hotspots as they're located, and the summary flame graph helps highlight tasks that maybe by themselves may not be expensive, but if they're called frequently enough, can become a real drag on performance.
And earlier this week, we launched more breakdowns of server performance data. So you can break down memory and CPU usage on the server by engine categories. And we mentioned earlier that we used to have this fixed amount of RAM that RCC could use, and it's now scaling based upon the number of players. This will allow you to have worlds with more and more players, richer and richer worlds.
You've heard all day about our focus on low-end Android, and to help you know if you have a crashing problem on these devices, we'll show an insight on your experience overview.
Whew, that was a lot. But we want to hear what else we could do to help you understand and improve performance in your experiences. Later today, after the Builderman Q&A, or anytime tomorrow, please come visit our debug performance booth downstairs to speak with our engine engineers and talk performance. We also recommend checking out the session tomorrow using Roblox tools to improve performance, hosted by Mr. Chicken Rocket himself.
Yeah, Chicken Rocket.
Chicken Rocket.
Okay, continuing our trek up the pyramid, we want to help you go faster by making things more intuitive, eliminating or helping to automate those really boring, mundane tasks. We want to free you to work on what matters for your experience.
So earlier this year, we rolled out a beta of the new next-gen Studio UI. Our goal is to make it easier for you all to use and customizable for your workflows. And your feedback has really been helping us continue to iterate and improve Studio.
And to help kickstart those first few steps of creating a new experience, we've been creating new templates, like racing, laser tag, and a first-person shooter system, and more recently, a new platformer template. So we hope that these can inspire and teach everyone some new tricks. Now, we have many more templates on the roadmap, but we're actually more excited that soon we'll make it easier to discover community-created templates right there in Studio. A few weeks ago, we also added visualization modes to Studio. It's that little menu in the upper right of the viewport. You can quickly toggle various debug modes and visualizations to augment your workflows. So, for example, you can quickly visualize collision fidelity, highlight those anchored parts, or adjust your camera speed to travel long distances more quickly.
We also noticed that many of you are rolling your own 2D spline solutions, so we decided to add native capabilities to create, edit, and visualize 2D splines into Studio. Some exciting examples of what you've already created include an audio visualizer, a polygon generator, and we can only imagine what other creative uses you'll find. All right, let's talk about data stores. One of the things we've heard time and time again is that data stores need an upgrade. Having to prevent things like concurrent writes, handle all the different failure modes, and ensure consistency is a lot of work, and it's hard to learn.
So we're working on updating data stores to handle some of the challenges that you've had to manage. So we'll be defining standardized schemas and higher-level APIs for common use cases, like managing player inventories, stats, live ops, and more. We're also going to handle session locking and retry logic. Lastly, we're also going to build a data store explorer so you can quickly find and edit keys for debugging or maybe customer support. And data store users.
Okay, shifting gears to avatars. Earlier this year, we beta launched Avatar Auto Setup to help save you hours or maybe even days of time rigging, caging, skinning, segmenting your avatars.
And what you're seeing in this video is the workflow. Arbitrary meshes can be imported, automatically rigged, and then QA'd in Studio with animation or clothing previews. Now, we've actually seen a good number of the bodies published to the marketplace rigged in this way. And we plan to continue to improve auto setup. We'll be enhancing integration with external digital creation tools. We'll support partial setups. And we'll provide editing tools in the Studio so that you can fine-tune the results.
Speaking of avatars, we did finally open up creation to everyone. And very quickly, y'all created so many unique and expressive avatar items. I especially liked this frog.
However, after being live for a bit, we heard your feedback that maybe our modesty layer policy was a little too stringent, yeah? You evidently thought it was silly that the frog had to wear underwear. You know what? We agree.
So we're happy to share that as of last month, we removed the requirement for modesty layers on certain avatar types, such as inanimate and animal avatars. And we've updated our docs with clear examples of do's and don'ts. So now your frog avatars can be in their cutest and most natural state, fully liberated, no modesty layer required.
Free the frog. Okay, that's enough of that.
Hallelujah.
Now, more seriously, we do know that there's still some problems with 2D clothing and modesty layers. We're aware, and we're working on it. Now, we've also made huge improvements to selling avatar items inside your experience. So with the bulk purchase API, you can curate full outfits or bundles of accessories inside your experience, and users can then purchase them all in one single transaction.
And we're working on ways to make it easier for avatar creators to build their own experiences. We have a shopping experience template in the works for later this year.
Now, all this creativity in avatars did create some interesting challenges. We've heard from some of you that it was getting really hard to deal with the variance in player avatars, which can now be dramatically different in size. Makes it hard to build fair, competitive experiences. So we're working on giving you more control over these avatars coming into your experience.
You'll be able to control the scaling and the hitboxes, so no need to maintain custom allow and deny lists for unique avatar items. You'll be able to preserve people's self-expression and identity while still achieving your creative vision.
I really was hoping I could stay a tiny stick bug in Gunfight Arena.
Sorry to break it to you. We're working on rolling this out by early 2025.
OK, so we're at the top of the pyramid. Over the years, you've created so many fun and inspiring experiences. Your creativity, ingenuity, and unique sense of humor continue to amaze us. We want to give you even more tools to make the platform more fun for everyone by connecting global audiences, allowing for new and novel forms of expression, and bringing your ideas to life much faster.
Speaking of something fun, how about being on a server with thousands of people or hundreds of people all over the world speaking different languages, but being able to easily understand it all? We've been busy shipping translation solutions to help connect everyone and make it easier for you to reach a global audience. We shipped automatic chat translations earlier this year, and we've estimated that within every month, and we'll take just June as an example, we're translating about 17.5 billion messages. We see that when people are able to communicate, they're more likely to stay engaged, to help each other, and even spend Robux.
That's right. We've also had experience translations for a bit, but it was only if you had created your experience in English. So this year, we shipped omnidirectional experience translations. So it's the ability to translate your experience from any of Roblox's 16 languages to any of the other. And since launch, more than 20,000 non-English experiences have been translated.
Lastly, we ship translation feedback. This allows anyone to provide feedback on translations. And we've seen more than 12 million pieces of feedback submitted already. We've also heard that you need even more flexibility for translations. If you have an experience that relies on dynamic content or user-generated content, this is particularly acute. So we're working on a real-time translation API that will allow you to send content to us, and we'll send you back a translated version of it in real time. This is coming by the end of the year.
Now, as Greg mentioned earlier, we're experimenting with translating your experience thumbnails and icons. And in the long term, we actually want to help you translate any in-experience image that contains text. The goal of this, of course, is to make your experiences more accessible to the global audiences. When this launches, as Greg said, it will be completely optional. You'll have full control over whether you want to use our image translation or not.
OK, so we announced these next two announcements on our creator roadmap just last month, and we saw a lot of excitement on the dev forum. So first, let's talk about text-to-speech. With text-to-speech, you can unlock new types of content and narrative styles. You can easily add narration or speaking NPCs. Here's an inspirational video we created working with the Clip It team that shows off some of this upcoming feature. All the voices were synthesized by us.
I will grant you one wish.
I wish to be rich.
Wish granted.
My money.
All right. That's pretty cool. So this is going to launch early next year.
Next is speech-to-text. Imagine the ability to do voice commands with an API that's transcribing the voice stream. So this next clip, which Greg Tame helped us put together, envisions what it might feel like using speech-to-text for voice commands. Let's see what he was thinking.
Open doors to sector G6. Close the door, close the door, close the door, close the door.
It's just a vision video, but we think it's super possible. And frankly, I would have shot first, closed the door after.
Yeah.
Now, switching gears a bit, you know what else is fun? Instant gratification. So with tools like Assistant, Texture Generator, and Material Generator, which just went to full release this past week, you're able to prototype and test new ideas much faster. Now, let's be honest. When we launched Assistant late last year, it was pretty limited in what it could do. If you asked it to open the pod bay doors, Hal, it would probably say, I can't do that.
Then, just last month, we added this ability to Assistant to run command bar scripts, and it unlocks a whole bunch of new capabilities. And now if you ask the Assistant to open the doors, it'll open it on the spot.
So let's add some doors. Let's open the doors. And now let's close the doors. Done.
It's good that the AI is following instructions. So it's getting to where Assistant could really come in handy. Everything from quickly duplicating an asset and arranging it into a pattern to organizing content into folders or bulk editing properties, even helping you clean up your Explorer structure.
That would be super helpful. My Explorer structure could use some cleanup.
Yeah, if it's the place file I'm thinking of, I think it may be beyond repair, but good luck. So
cool.
Anupam demonstrated one capability earlier today. When you change the streetlights, they turned on and off depending on the time of day. But there's a ton more you can do with this capability, and we're just going to give you 3 more quick examples to just get you thinking. So first off, let's say I want to set up a team system from my experience where I want players as they join to be assigned to one of 4 teams. We'll call them red, blue, green, and yellow. And what you're going to see on the screen here is user Slim Fandango joining over and over. And every time he joins, he gets assigned a different team.
And all the code was generated with the prompt, add a script to make a system of teams, red, blue, green, yellow, and assign each player randomly to a team. So that's what this is. He's red. Now he's yellow. Now he's green. So easy team system with no code.
Another example, let's say I'm building a 2D puzzle game and I want to have like a top-down view. I can ask Assistant, add a script that locks the camera in a top-down view of the player and follows the player, keeping the player in the center of the screen. Assistant will generate that script right for you, and you have this capability added to your experience. Assistant can even generate UI elements. So you can ask it to create a drop-down of 5 elements, and Assistant will pop it into your scene. Now, one of the really cool things about Assistant is that it helps you and it complements you. You can go back and forth between direct manipulation of your code and data model and the conversational AI of Assistant. It's not one or the other, and you can use the right tool for the job to get to your creative vision.
Now, last year, we showed an example of using Assistant scene creation and theming. At the time, it was just a mock and illustrative, and it was just filling out the scene without adding any kind of behaviors. Today, we're going to show you the currently live Assistant, not a mock, a real demo, how we can help you fill out your scene and bring it to life and add some mechanics. And because just like last year is close to Halloween, we'll be building another spooky scene.
So let's just start off with a basic nature scene. We've got a little campfire and some mossy pillars. It doesn't look very Halloween-y, though. It's way too green and bright. So let's change that. I'm going to ask Assistant to change the grass color in terrain to brown.
Now, let's place some skulls. We're going to use this prompt, place a pile of 2 to 4 skulls around the base of each mesh that has prop pillar in its name.
Cool. And it's Halloween, so maybe we could add some pumpkins. Place a pile of 3 to 5 pumpkins around the base of each mesh that has prop pillar in its name.
Some green smoke will be cool. So add green smoke around each mesh that contains prop pillar in the workspace.
Spooky. How about some fog? Select 2/3 of the trees and add some fog in that space.
Still a bit bright.
You're right. Let's change that. Change the time to 8 p.m.
Let's add some zombies. So the prompt will be randomly select 1/3 of the trees and insert a zombie underneath it. Attach a script to the zombie that makes it chase the player when it's within 3 studs.
Okay, this is getting good. Let's play test it.
There are the zombies.
Not looking good for that guy.
Well, I think it's because we forgot to spawn some weapons.
Oh,
There he
man,
goes.
zombies got him.
We really should spawn weapons.
All right, so we sped this up a bit for presentation, but the raw cut was less than 3 minutes to add that style and all that interactivity to the scene.
So this stuff is real. It's really useful. If you want to learn even more about how to get the most out of Assistant, come to the Create and Ship Faster with AI and Collaboration session tomorrow morning. They're going to be breaking it down even more. That was a lot of stuff, man. Are we done yet?
Well, not quite. We got one more thing, and we're really excited to share it with you. We're going to talk about matchmaking. The matchmaking system instantly connects players to servers, and it does a great job at that. But one thing the matchmaking system hasn't done historically is account for more competitive experiences.
It's just no fun as a new user to a competitive experience to join and just constantly get fragged as soon as I join because I haven't gotten good.
It depends if you're the fragger or the fraggy.
And sadly, I'm always the fraggy these days. However, we're excited to give you more control over the matchmaking process with custom matchmaking rules. So you'll be able to group players based on skill level, preferred experience mode, for example, if you prefer team play versus free-for-all, or anything else you can dream up.
So what you can see here is a creator defining attributes on their users and servers, building rules with those attributes so they can group people, for instance here, by their ELO score. But you could also group by other things like languages or interests, pretty much anything you can imagine. And you'll have analytics to help you understand how your rules improve engagement or other KPIs. We're working on rolling this out by early next year.
So I want to bring this back all together and go back to the audacious thing that David said at the beginning of the day. We think that we can help you, your work, your creativity, become 10% of the global gaming market.
Roblox is so special. There's lots of magical ingredients that give us confidence that we'll get there. We're social out of the box. We have an avatar that transcends experiences in games. We have an amazing set of community-created avatars that are uniquely you. We have crazy distribution you can deploy to practically every device around the world with a one-click publish. And you have speed. You can iterate daily with nearly 80 million daily active users, faster than any other app or game devs in the world.
But the most special piece is you. You're the magical ingredient. Your passion, your willingness to give back and support each other. Last month, more than 25,000 creators worldwide got together for Roblox Inspire. This is our renamed Roblox Connect virtual event. You all held over 21 workshops in 11 different languages, designed especially with newer creators in mind. And you were all very curious. You asked more than 2,000 questions, and the content's been viewed more than 28,000 times on YouTube so far.
Then the following week, over 700 creators participated in the Roblox Inspire 2024 Game Jam Challenge, submitting more than 300 games. Congratulations to the winner, Rock Croc Fan Club, who won with their rhythm experience with cool 2D characters, Party Crash. And we're continuing to host more creator events. Check out what's coming at events.roblox.com.
Your contributions go beyond events. You help each other all year round. Since RDC last year, you shared more than 50,000 posts in the help and feedback section of the Dev Forum, working together to find answers for all those common questions.
And can you believe this number? You've created more than 270,000 models and 600 plugins on the Creator Store. It's crazy. Truly, we can't thank you enough for your dedication to this community.
So we want you to exercise your creativity and get out there and show the world what great Roblox content can look like.
Creators, in conclusion, our job is to help you succeed. So next up, we have the Builderman Q&A, but after that, and all day tomorrow, please stop by the booths downstairs to visit some of our product and engineering teams, test out some of the new features, and give us feedback on what you need to do your job better. Thank you.
Post 28. Okay.